Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to our last best of 3 in the morning group. To the bottom of the map we have starting for MVP the Protoss in red. It is Finale. And he's really one of the two final players today. At least for our early group. He's facing a Terran player in this best of 3. Antigua Shipyard being the first map. Here we have Startail Hack in blue, starting at the top. And Hack is pretty much known for his Terran versus Protoss. He's a really strong Terran player in this matchup. He has a 60% win ratio against Protoss in general. And amongst his last victims was Hazops. He won against Mana. He's struggling a little bit against the Korean Protoss just as of late. Losing to Creator, which is of course not really a shame, and to Puzzle. Also losing to JYP.
No shame in actually any of those teams. Puzzle, a strong player, is kind of fallen off the radar a little bit, but the other players, especially Creator and JYP, really strong.
Yeah, and even though Finale, historically speaking, is not the best player in this matchup, just in the past few weeks, he's been really tearing it up against Terran. He was able to take down MMA. He was also successful against GOMTV in the last GSL season, but we don't have too many recent televised matches from him against Terran, so we'll find out how he's going to approach this matchup right now. Of course, on a map like Antigua, you can do so many things. And just look at the scouting pattern of the probe that we have. It's not really scouting at all, is it?
No, he's got something special planned here, I think. Could be... he just wants to hide his probe scout.
Just trying to dodge the Zalnaga watchtower here.
Really interesting.
Or is he?
I thought so, but now I'm like, is he going to Wolfgate or something? Like, what's he going to do? No, he's just going to go scout, just trying to dodge the watchtower. But this is nothing, I mean, he doesn't gain anything from this, really. He must have something special planned. He's going to do the forward pylon. It's the Naniwal pylon, man, where you just forward gate behind the natural later. Maybe? What is he?
It's a little bit weird, the scouting pattern of the probe. He's sneaking it in and he wants to scout at a specific timing, I feel, but the Marine is already out and will make sure that there is no probe. Is he going to scout it? No, it's going to be really close. He actually doesn't. Oh, wow. For a second it was visible, and now Finale is running away with this probe, but this was such a close thing.
There's a lot of different reasons why you may have wanted to do. You may have wanted to proxy, you may have wanted to just see if there was a command center.
Yep.
Be a male on the low ground. Because if you see the probe, sometimes don't do that. We have concussive shells and a Marauder coming out. This is a Marauder expand by Hack. We've seen this build actually come back a little bit recently. It's kind of crazy because this build was just when bigger maps came out, he'll figured out like, okay, not only is it harder for me to attack my opponent with Marauders, but also it's hard for my opponent to attack me, so I should just go for a 1-rax expand instead.
Well, the thing is, you can always apply a little bit of pressure to your opponent. Just think about it, if the Protoss player scouts with his Stalker, for example, with a little bit of good micro and the concussive shell upgrade already being researched, you can just go in and take the Stalker down, which puts the Protoss player so far behind.
4-gate. He must, his plan is shown now. He's just going to stick with it, despite the fact he wasn't able to get that pylon up earlier. And this is a funny situation. A lot of this game will actually be determined by who sees who first on the map, because if Finale sees with the watchtower there's Mars coming, he can actually move his probe around. Oh, this is the worst possible case for Finale. He loses the probe, and now may lose his out as well. Oh, a pathing mistake. Why go that way? Ouch. Oh, this is the worst possible scenario. Reaper coming out as well.
He's losing so much, and with a 4-gate, of course, he has a great production and can make sure that his opponent will be thrown back. But the big problem for him is that in economy, he will be so far behind. Hack is already halfway done with his command center, and this could be devastating for Finale. But on the other hand, Finale sneaks.
He better move those stalkers back. Oh my god, is he asking to die? There he goes, pulls him back. Warping in 2 additional ones, that will be enough to hold. That was a close call there, though. If he had had those first stalkers at the front and then getting caught by those Marauder concussive shells, that would have been terrible. Now the pylon will be placed, and still, Hack puts some pressure on here, but he doesn't know what's coming next.
Well, no, Hack actually just scouted the main base, so he saw the 4 gates and knows exactly what's coming. That's why he builds those bunkers that we have. And 1 Stalker dies to the Marauder, but 2 of them bite the dust while we have the forward pylon to the left side of the map. But with a double bunker being built now, and with additional Marauders also being used in the barracks, I don't think that Finale will be able to crush him here.
And he's so happy he was able to finish that command center, not having to cancel that is pretty big. He's going to try to use the high ground vision here, but I think Asura didn't think he's going to be able to get up here.
He already saw it.
There's bunkers, and he's need to get in the bunker though.
Yeah,
he's got enough SCVs.
He definitely has enough here. Marines are now also going in, and we have no single pylon on the low ground in order to use this high ground warp in that you already mentioned. And Hack is not stupid. He makes sure that there is no additional pylon being placed down on the low ground. He already produced a lot of Marauders that he can use in order to defend here. With the double bunker, there's no way for Finale to push through. Stim is nearly done, and now the expansion for Finale is being built. He knows that he cannot crush this defense.
Yes, and he just makes a sentry because he's like, well, I guess I'm going to try to contain you. If Hack wants to, he can try to break out. He basically has all the advantages. Even though he doesn't have a command center at the natural, he has extra SCV production, and he's got the ability to lift out sooner with the factory finish. He's going to start Starport. Finale has a Nexus, but it's not done yet. He's not gaining any extra mining from that.
What Hack could do is just use this command center and fly to the right in order to place it down. The risk that you run is if your opponent has a few units over there and is actually scouting it, then you won't be able to mine. It takes quite a long time to use the command center to the left again. So what he does at this point is just produce SCVs and use the energy for the mules, which is definitely more than enough at this point in time.
Yeah, you're so right. And Hack's not concerned about this light containment. He's facing the fact that he can use the move now, as Finale knows the danger is there. For just to break down or do an elevator move.
Yeah. As soon as the Terran has those medivacs and just gets a few units on the low ground and attacks you from 2 angles, you can't hold this anymore. And that's the scouting with the probe. We've seen it to the right side just a few seconds ago. This is exactly for what I just said. If he would have used the command center on the right side of his main base, then now Finale would know about it and could definitely take down a few mules and harvesters.
It's also great for checking for medevac drops as well. Just one doesn't know the exact time of when the medevacs are going to come out. The observer is on the way, and he is trying to go into Colossi. When you're behind like this as a Protoss, you basically have no choices to go for Colossi and hope that you can hit a nice timing, because otherwise you're just going to die. You need to get those Colossi out to try to attack Hack, because if he just leaves him alone, the Hack already has all the tech in place. He's just going to get further and further ahead.
Right now, the worker supply is it's nearly even, and this is a situation that you don't want to be in as a Protoss player. You want to have the advantage in the worker count, because you have the chrono boost for your economy. Your opponent has to use a little bit of production time on each command center in order to get the orbital command upgrade. So now, with an even worker count, the income is just better for Hack because he can use the mules. He's walking out onto the map now, and we have him with a huge arm supply advantage. 42 to 27, Stim being done. This many Marauders, this is a great position for him to be.
Yeah. Finale is trying to get that Colossus out desperately, but it's not going to be there in time. We have an empty medevac.
Is that a mistake?
I think it's intentional.
Yeah, I think he wants to fake him out.
Yeah, he wants to fake him out and just run in the middle with all of his units. I like this choice.
Draw units onto the high ground. There they are. The medevac is moving in, and at the same time, Hack with a
Stim. No force fields! None!
GG.
This has to be indeed. There's no way to hold now.
There it is.
GG.
Very well done. Fakes out his opponent, shows a medevac in the main base, and then uses the distraction time to use Stim, run up the ramp, and this concludes the game immediately.
Pretty straight up. You know, I'm actually really disappointed that when Finale lost his first probe, he should have just said, no. Either cancel one of his gates and make a Nexus, or just make the Nexus before units and try to hold there. Get the Nexus up. But instead he was like, I'm still going to stick with my guns. I'm going to try this. He even lost his first probe earlier on that he was trying to hide with the 90-watt pylon. And I call that because 90-watt hides that pylon there a lot of time and punishes people behind the bunker. But he lost that first probe. Then he lost the second probe he was trying to make a pylon with. And at that point it's like, Finale, man, you got to change this up because your 4-gate plan is just absolutely not going to work anymore. Even if you catch a Marauder in the middle of the map and you kill a few units, but you lose a Stalker and you try to go, like, he has 2 bunkers, not going to happen. Just really sacrificed everything there and got totally owned.
Yep. Hack takes the lead in this best of 3, and now the next map is going to be Daybreak, map number 2 between Finale and Hack. Of course, we have now an advantage for the starter player. If he wins another map, he will advance to the 3rd round of Code A, and he is going... I actually don't know who exactly he's going to face. I think the winner